Today we're going to talk about wiring yourself for greatness. Stay tuned, traders. We'll be right back. Good day, traders. I'm Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. We're going to have a little deviation from our normal technical videos today, and we're going to be talking about wiring yourself for greatness. 1% better every single day. I've received a lot of questions from traders. What do you do to get yourself past a lot of the emotional, mental hurdles that we all face in trading? And ultimately, I keep coming back to some of the simple things we talk about each day in terms of my daily routine with trading. And the biggest challenge that I faced over all these years, 20 years of studying the markets, ultimately came back on myself and realizing that I was the problem. And that being the case, I had to figure out what the solution was. I've always been a driven person through my background in sport, always been motivated. Motivation was never an issue. Being inspired was never an issue. But programming your mind to get past a lot of hurdles that we are pre-programmed with. We're programmed from an early age with belief systems and blockages that can prevent us from achieving the level of success that we want, and that's an individual level of success. Whatever your objectives are, whatever your goals in life are, I'm going to share today what I do on a daily basis that I've learned from other mentors that I feel has moved me in a direction of constant progress and allowed me to keep setting new levels of achievable success. And I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm in progress, and I think that's the most important thing. I love this quote: if you're green, you grow; if you're ripe, you rot. And I believe that each one of us is wired for greatness, but you have to take action. The law of attraction is one thing, but the law of attraction never tells you to stop taking action in moving towards your goals. I think it's important that we surround ourselves not only in terms of our physical environment, but what we program our mind with on a daily basis. I believe everything boils back down to our daily routines and habits, and that goes right back down to my simple Forex strategy, because simplicity is supreme, and if it's simple, you can duplicate it. So every aspect of my daily routine has been simplified so that I call it the no excuses daily routine. And I'm going to go through that and share it with you today. If it's a benefit to you, take a look at your own routine, because if you're not where you want to be in life or in your trading, it all boils back down to your habits and your routines. And that can be, right down to your trading habits, but into your daily routines from the moment you go to sleep at night to the moment you wake up. And I always talk about my routine starting the night before when I go to sleep. So let's start there. The first thing I do is I put my phone on flight mode. I don't take any calls at night. I don't look at social media. I don't look at the news. I don't scroll through Facebook or anything else. I'm not really into that. I tend to shut everything off. I don't watch TV very often, or if I might watch a movie with my kids, but I never watch the news, especially at night, because I don't want my supercomputer, my brain, going to bed with the last thing in my thought process being about violence, crime, burnings, deaths, all the negative things. I want to program myself before I go into sleep mode, because my subconscious mind is working 24 hours a day. So the first thing I do is I reread my vision statement. I have it on my phone. I read through it. And that comes back to what we want to talk about in a second. What is the vision of who and what it is that you want to become? Not so much in terms of just being a trader, but you as a person. What is the vision of who it is that you want to become? And then craft that vision and start moving towards it with your daily routines, your rituals, and your habits. And as you continue to move towards that on a daily basis, you're probably going to unlock new learnings, unlock new awarenesses that will help you shape that and cultivate that a bit more, becoming the real you, the person that you want to become, not the person you've been trained to believe you are, or where you're at in life or at your job or in your trading or anything else. It's about the vision of who it is and what it is that you want to become. So I read through that. I go through, I've got a vision board on my phone of different images of the home I want, the schools I want my kids to attend, or what the environments that I want them to be in terms of sport, the family, the lifestyle, all the things that I want in my life. I review that because I want to go to sleep again and let my supercomputer be processing that information. Then I go through my affirmations, and I have 10 affirmations, and I change them on a routinely basis. They're all very similar, but they're mostly I am statements, you know. I am successful, I am healthy, I am grateful. You know, the things that you want in your life, and I always say them in an I am affirmation base. Then I go through a little meditation, but first, I usually do the meditation last because I'll be honest, I fall asleep really easy at nighttime. I'm a morning person, but I go through a list of 10 gratitudes. I always just, you know, thank you for my health. Thank you for my family. Thank you for this beautiful home. Thank you for the food on our tables. Thank you for the beds and clothes and the healthy life that my children have. Thank you for the schools. Thank you for my children's teachers. Thank you for the parents and grandparents that are in my life. Thank you for my kids' sport coaches. Thank you for all the opportunities that I have every single day in the markets. Thank you for all the great people that come into my life through, not only through my blog, through my channel, through my trading relationships, just the great friendships and the relationships that I've been able to be blessed with. So then once I do through my gratitudes, I usually will pop a meditation onto my MP3 on my phone. I usually fall asleep pretty fast, but I have about 3 or 4 different ones depending on the mood that I'm in that I will listen to, and that just puts me to sleep. So I've just programmed my computer prior to going into sleep mode for great things and the abundance that I want in my life. Now the next thing that I do is I usually get up quite early. I'm up usually anywhere in the area between 4 and 5 a.m. I've always been an early riser. I've always gotten up early. I find that for me that is just the most beautiful time of the day. It's very quiet, especially in our house. I have 3 children. Used to have my 2 dogs. As you know, I used to take them to the beach early all the time. Unfortunately, they've passed away. They had a long, healthy life. But that time for me is just I call it my genius time. That first hour of my morning is my genius time. First thing I always do is I have a big glass of water with a bit of lemon in it, usually about 1 liter. I drink that, and then I have a nice big strong cup of coffee. I love my coffee. That's what usually gets my morning started right away. And then again, I flip my phone on and I go through my vision board and my affirmations and my gratitude. So that's the first thing I do every single morning. As soon as I wake up, I repeat the process that I just did the night before. And again, just to revisit this is about just a 10-minute process. So this is a 10-minute process. Everything that I do is about simplicity, because no matter where I go, how busy my schedule is, how chaotic my routine can get, everything on my routine is simple, and I can reproduce that no matter what day of the week and no matter how busy I am. So I go through my vision board, my self-talk, my I am statements, my gratitudes, and then I do a 5-minute meditation again. And I have a different meditation in the morning that just sort of kind of resets me for the day, and it sets the intention about how I want my day to go. And I've made a few of my own, but again, with my gratitude, the abundance, my trading, and just the mastery of the direction that I want to move towards with my life, my trading, my family, all the things that are really important in my life. So then what I'll do is I'll typically review and go through my charts from the day before. So I wake up in the morning, you're clear head. Sometimes at night, because I get tired, I will trade the US session, which we'll talk about. But depending on the setup, I like to have a trade setup just at the first hour of New York. And typically, if I'm tired, I don't trade the same at night, meaning I don't trade as big, or depending on the setup. So I review the charts from the entire day on the 6 pairs, and I make my notes. I take my screenshots. I try to make 2 or 3 really detailed notes each morning. It takes me about 10 minutes again to do this. I go and review my performance from the day before. I do my journaling and I write. So I've got my screenshots, I review my process, I deconstruct it backwards in terms of what my thought process was, the timings, the high-low, the price entry, everything that I can deconstruct that was done in live time, and how I could have done that better, or if I did it well, what did I do well. I review that process from a critical standpoint because I've got a clearer perspective now first thing in the morning. And again, I look at where could I have improved that performance yesterday? What do I need to do today? Or what should I be working on today? And I set 3 objectives for my day, not necessarily all about trading, but I set 3 goals for the day for that next coming day. And I do my journaling, so I'll make my notes, and sometimes I'll do a part of my blogging. My journal, my notes, and my playbook can all be sort of tied into one. So it's what's going to happen, how did I perform, what am I thinking about today, how am I feeling as within myself, what kind of state am I in, and then as I explained, I just review my goal process. I usually have 3 goals for the day, and again, they're not just necessarily all trading goals. Then I review my 30-day goals. I usually set 3. One of those specifically will be for trading, 1 major goal each 30 days. Sometimes there's a secondary goal with trading, but I always have 1 major goal that I'm working on, whether that's to increase size, control risk better, execute better entries, whatever that may be. I have 1 major goal each month that I work on. And then I review my 90-day goals just in terms of where I'm at in relation to those goals in terms of progressing towards them. So again, this whole process is in that first hour. I've just done everything I need to do to set the tone for the day, and then I start my workout. So my workout is designed to, originally it started from just some material I put together. It was designed to be very short and sweet. It's sort of bumped out a little bit longer now, 30 to 45 minutes. I work out every single morning. I never miss a day, and I call it the no excuses workout. So primarily it's body weight. I do push-ups, sit-ups, squats. It's basically the seal fit workout. But I also now, for the last few years, I've incorporated a short weight routine afterwards that works the whole body and some body weight dips, pull-ups, that sort of thing. But I call it the no excuses workout because if I'm traveling, if I'm overseas, if I'm short for time, it doesn't matter. This workout gets done. I never miss a day. That's an absolute. That's what sets the tone for my day. As soon as my workout's done, the rest of my day is easy. So I've designed that specifically based sort of on time. And I would encourage you, if you're not working out, to do something similar and just start off with the simplest steps so that it's something you can do every single day, just like trading. Make it duplicatable so that you can do it every day, because then it becomes part of your daily routine. And your daily, my son goes to the gym, my wife goes to the gym. They usually go 2-3 times a week, but they'll also squeeze in a workout at home. And I think it's good to be able to get out of the house and do those things. But at the same time, I like to do my workout, and I make notes. I'm journaling because I'm thinking. I've got my iPod on, and that's the second part, is mindset training. So during this hour when I'm working out, I'm plugged in on my audio. I like to listen to stuff. Sometimes it's just music, but I'll listen to podcasts, maybe an interview with another trader, or I'll listen to a workshop from Peter Brandt, or I'll listen to something that's just about shaping your vision. Again, just something that's going to lift me greater than where I'm at and keep fueling that fire to be in a direction of where I want to be moving. So I'm always listening to something. And again, sometimes I'll just throw the music on in the background. My kids like some easy music sometimes. It chills the mood, but I would do that workout. I never miss it. I never miss that workout. I get done that, and then again, I might jot a few things down that I'm thinking about when I'm working out. I tend to always think of stuff. I write it down in my journal. And then I might read a few pages. I've got Kindle on my desktop, and I'm always trying to get 2 or 3 pages written in, or I'll watch a short video, something again that's just learning. I'm always trying to learn new things. Then I take the kids to school, come back, and then I sort of have my list of things that I need to do. So again, this is sort of 7, 8 o'clock. I take the kids by about 8:30. but I also then will look at my emails, you know, maybe YouTube comments. I'm trying to get through a lot of comments. I promise to try and answer every single comment and make any phone calls and emails, pay bills. I like to clean. I like to have a nice clean environment. I'm a minimalist, so I'll go run through and just tidy up, do a vacuum, some laundry. I like to do all that and have it done before my morning sort of gets going. Afterwards, I'll usually work on doing a video, a short instructional video, so I go over some content, maybe something I try to find value every single day that I can share with my subscribers and other friends and family. I'm always trying to, again, just raise the level for everybody to hopefully keep improving, and I try to give that value in all the content that I provide. So that's the first morning, and this is all done before, usually by 8:30, and on a bad day, maybe 9 o'clock. So there we go, we're done everything now. So then the next area is playbook. I'm always looking for ways that I can review my playbook, review my trades. Again, what did I do well yesterday? What could I have done better? This is the section where I call this is the business section. This is your trading business. So I've got 2 or 3 different types of setups. I'm always looking to sort of push the boundaries of how can I trade these better? How can I get better fills? How can I increase size? What's the best way that we could trade this without increasing risk? All the things that are designed at growing my trading business. And that comes back sort of to our goals that we've set, the level, the objectives that we're after. So I'll review, I'm always testing, I'm going back through and just looking at different ways that we could have improved that. What did I learn from that? How can I do that better today? What's the 1% bump that I can get out of today's trading sessions? And then I go through my daily prep. So go through the charts, I look at what's happened. I do occasionally trade in Asia, and we're gonna talk about that in some of the other videos. But each session to me is the same, so I prepare the same for each session. I run through my playbook. We look at trading time. When it's trading time, again, I usually, desk is clear. Okay, social media, whatever, that's all shut off. Everything's done now, and it's focus time. So I go through a 5-6 minute meditation, and what that's designed to do is reset my brain. And occasionally, sometimes I might do a little 7-8 minute little workout. What I didn't mention is that I usually, prior to starting the trading time, I usually go out and have a half an hour run. So I usually jump out after I'm done all the responsibility issues that I have, and I'll go for my run, and then I come back, and then we get right into the trading time. Get cleaned up, have a bite to eat. I usually fast to at least 1 o'clock. I don't eat until 1 o'clock typically. Usually minimum is noon. I just don't eat. I like to fast. I feel good. I feel clear. And if I do eat prior to being at the screen, it's usually lean proteins, fresh fruit. I don't tend to eat a lot of any processed food. I don't eat junk. I try not to eat sugary foods. I basically don't eat a lot of sugar at all, if any. And of course, in the morning, no alcohol or anything else. But you know, at nighttime, at the end, we'll talk about that. When it's downtime, I may have a glass of wine, whatever. But when it's trading time, everything's off. I'm a real stickler for just being completely shut off and focused. And so I do a little meditation, which helps reset my brain. And then I go through my daily review prep sheet. So I've already done my prep just earlier. And then I go back and check what I thought I saw. I review my playbook. I look at my goals, my self-talk. I always have some stuff written on some sheets, and it might be, you know, today, like just focus on your breathing, pay attention to the clock. We're looking for a sell high setup, so I'm thinking I might have written on there, look for second hour trade, whatever they are. Just little things that are key buzzwords for me to keep focusing back to. You know, simple trade, looking for the simple setup, at numbers, at the end of the hour, whatever that may be, just to keep me just focused and just sitting back. I'm an observer. I'm just observing my own behavior and just focusing on the performance aspect of executing the process. So I just try to get myself into peak state. So again, coming back from my sporting background, I'm a huge believer in trading is so much like sport. It is incredibly so much like sport because it's a performance activity. So, you know, I believe in getting yourself into that peak state, ready to perform. So then the self-talk, I'm huge on that. I'm always saying things to myself. Okay, I review the timings, focus, everything's off, and review. So now we're ready. We're ready for a competition. We're ready to go in there, and we're at our best. So typically that's between 1 and 5. After I'm done, I might be done sooner. Like, you know, sometimes trades are over quickly. So I like to be done early. And if I'm not, then I'm at a point now where I know that if the longer that window goes, that I'm at the screen too long, it's time to just walk away. Occasionally I might put a little walk in after this, just go for a little walk around the block. I try to spend some time now with family. My kids are home from school. We have dinner time, we talk around the table, we ask each other about our day, what was the best part of our day. I typically may help my younger two with their homework, and we have a bit of downtime, and then I'm back at the screen, usually by 7. I like to look for the 7 to 9 o'clock hours for a setup, and if it's there, I will trade it, if it's one of my ideal trade setups. If not, if I accept that that may not be happening, or even if I do have a trade and I'm done, what I don't like to do is be at the screen tied into a trade that's possibly gonna be dragging on, or a 3rd-hour trade, because I like my sleep at night. And I also think it's important to have some downtime with my kids, and this is assuming it may be a night where we don't have sport with the kids. I read a game just for a little bit, might chill with the kids, play a game, do whatever, and then I'll come and maybe just review some stuff from today, and then it's usually sleep time. Sometimes, you know, if it's a weekend, obviously social time, sports, kids stuff, you know, depending on, but on the average day, this is sort of the routine. And then around 9 o'clock, 9:30, typically I'll wind it down and I start that process all over again. Now, this isn't necessarily a Saturday or a Sunday, because we have a bit more time and a bit more flexibility. There's no trading time, so there's obviously social time in there and vacation time and other things. That's a different scenario where we put those into our calendar and plan those out in advance, which I think is really critical. But that's the routine. My firm belief is that as a trader, you need to be at your best. It's a performance activity. You are competing against the best people in the world. And in a lot of cases, they're better educated perhaps. They have access to better equipment, better feed. They know the game. They're on the other side of the coin. You're up against the most competitive individuals in the world, and it's a dog-eat-dog business. And no matter what it is, whether this is ice hockey, sport, trading, I believe that we have so much time. We all have the same amount of time in a day, but it's amazing how much time gets wasted on things that are either not feeding our brain with the right things to get us to where we want to go, or to help us move in a direction of constant progress, especially with trading. We'll repeat the same stuff over and over again, and we're not really doing anything different in our routines. We're not tweaking anything, and sometimes it's that little tweak, that 1% little tweak every few days, every few weeks that gets us moving in that direction, changes our thought process, gets the wheels in motion for us moving towards that level or that vision that we talked about of who it is and what it is that we want to become, not only in our trading, but in our life, in our relationships, in our health, in our social lives, you know, in our financial lives, all those things that, again, the world is our oyster. And I think if we're doing the right things, you know, so that comes back to just, you notice when you fill your schedule up with the things that you want in your life and the things that are going to support you getting there, you don't have a lot of time for negativity, for things that are going to drag you down. surrounding yourself with people that are going to, tell you can't do that, or you can't do this, or, somebody trolling you or giving you negative feedback or whatever that is in a non-constructive way, when at the same time you could be just programming your supercomputer physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, empowering you to be moving in a direction of constant progress. And I think that's what's powerful. The Navy SEALs talk about the program, the BUDS program, and one of the things that their program is designed on is that the people that make it through are not only the elite, they are the elite of the elite. And they talk about the program for the people that get through that, then they go into SEAL training, and SEAL training takes the elite and it makes them come out 20 times greater in terms of what they believe they could do. So when they finish SEAL training, they can accomplish more, 20 times more than they ever believed they could. That's the power of the mind. So when you're doing those things, and you again, this will evolve and change, because you're going to keep unlocking new levels of learning, new levels of progress, new levels of greatness. So hopefully you got some value from today's video, traders. Wire yourself to get 1% better every day. Wire yourself for greatness, and it all boils down to your daily routines and habits. Stay focused, stay disciplined. I believe in your greatness. Have an awesome day, and may the markets go with you.
Hi traders, it's Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. If you haven't done so, please head over to my website at staceyburketrading.com. I create updates on almost a daily basis, and I would love for you to receive them. Just click on the blog. If you want to enter your name and your email address, I'll send you my free audio program, the 7-Step Daily Routine for High Performance Traders. This is essential knowledge for all traders in all markets, and this is for helping traders to master the market with discipline, confidence, and a winning mindset. I appreciate all your feedback and comments. As always, traders, stay disciplined, and may the markets go with you.